Good evening and welcome to tonight's regional news. I'm Joel Vogt, thanks for joining. We begin your regional news with a story from Haiti. The United States on Monday charged a former Haitian senator with conspiring to kill Haitian President Jovenel Moise, the third suspect to be charged by the Department of Justice as the Caribbean nation's own probe into the murder remains stalled. John Joel Joseph, who Haitian police described as a suspect several days after the brazen murder last July, fled Haiti by boat and was arrested in Jamaica in January for entering the country illegally. He was later extradited to the United States. Joseph faces charges of conspiring to commit murder or kidnapping outside of the United States and providing material support resulting in death, according to a U.S. Department of Justice news release. U.S. prosecutors say the conspiracy first involved kidnapping Moise, but evolved into an assassination plot after the group was unable to find a plane to take him out of Haiti. Haiti's judicial proceedings into the assassination have stalled, with 4 judges on the case quitting amid complaints about death threats and concerns for their personal security. In Mexico will hire 500 Cuban doctors to work in the country to help make up for a shortage of medical professionals. Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador said at a regional news conference on Monday. Cuban doctors were also hired to work in Mexico early in the coronavirus pandemic, which sparked criticism from members of Mexico's opposition. Lopez Obrador said, and I quote, "We are also going to hire doctors from Cuba who are going to come to work in our country. We made this decision because we do not have the doctors we need in the country." End of quote. And finally, in tonight's regional news, former leftist President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva launched his presidential bid Monday, calling on Brazilians to unite behind him to defend Brazil's democracy from the authoritarian government of far-right President Jair Bolsonaro. Without mentioning Bolsonaro by name, Lula told supporters at a rally that his adversary was unable to govern and lied constantly to the nation to hide his incompetence. And I quote, "The most serious moment the country is going through forces us to overcome our differences and build an alternative path to the incompetence and authoritarianism that govern us." End of quote. He said to a cheering crowd, and I quote, "We want to join Democrats of all political positions, classes, races, and religious beliefs to defeat the totalitarian threat, the hatred, violence, and discrimination hanging over our country." End of quote. The rally was called a pre-launch to comply with Brazilian election law that says official campaigning for the October election starts in August. Recent opinion polls show Lula maintaining a comfortable advantage over his rival if the election were held today, though Bolsonaro has gained ground by boasting welfare, spending, and traveling around the world. That has concluded Tuesday's edition of the Regional News. Back to you, Tamika.